I am here today to persuade you that the burning of the American flag should not be protected under free speech, and to encourage my fellow Americans to take a stand against this morally repugnant act that disrespects our military and the country that allows us to have this freedom in the first place. The American flag is a symbol of our freedom. It flies at every major sports event in our country. We pay respect to it at the opening of sports events and other special occasions by placing our hand over our hearts as we listen to our national anthem. We remove our hats as a sign of respect and honor for the brave men and women who have given their lives to protect our freedom. It is used as a symbol as our military marches into battle to remind them why they fight for those freedoms. Do we not see that at some point we should not claim entitlement to do what we want because we are Americans? Why is it that we do not see that this is over the line of what we are entitled to do as an American? Where do we draw the line of what is protected and what is an absurd act against what this country stands for? According to the Law Dictionary, the Supreme Court of the United States, in its decision from 1969, has ruled that the burning of the flag is protected by the First Amendment. So should this law be amended under the Constitution? The act of burning the American flag is currently protected under the idea of symbolic free speech. In the case of Texas versus Johnson, the question was asked, should flag burning as symbolic speech be prohibited as an exception to the First Amendment free speech protections? Johnson's response was, as ironic as it sounds, by being able to burn the flag, the defendant is actually honoring the values it's meant to protect. As we know, this case was won by Johnson, and the burning of the flag is still a legal act that is protected, especially during a protest. There are a few things that I want to look at on this topic. The first begs the question, is this an honorable act? And should this act be protected during a protest? Or does this act promote violence? In terms of this being an honorable act, let's think about this for a moment. Does it seem right to burn a symbol of our country that stands for all the things that we are so fortunate to have? Does it not seem that Americans are demonstrating a double standard when they take to the streets to burn a symbol of the freedoms that allows us to protest and have our voices heard? Even when we feel that there has been an injustice, does it seem right to deface something that in most arenas we honor and show respect to? There is nothing honorable about burning a symbol of our freedom. It is an act of disrespect, and it is sad that Americans today feel so entitled that they can do this act with little to no consequences. As we know, the act of protesting is a good way to exercise our rights of democracy. It is a legal act, but there are some guidelines that must be followed to ensure that demonstrations are peaceful. So I challenge you to consider that word, peaceful. If we turn on the news and see protesting in the streets with people burning our flag, does that feel peaceful? I recently saw a video of a group of people from Iowa City that were burning American flags. A FedEx driver saw this demonstration and got involved. The article states, being American means standing up for your freedom, and one FedEx driver did just that. This man nearly lost his job because he stepped in to stop what he found as a disrespectful and dishonorable act. If you watch the video, you can see the act of burning the flag brings up some serious emotions. In a recent poll conducted by the Huffington Post, by an 11-point margin, 48% to 37% favor passing a constitutional amendment that would make it illegal to burn the American flag. So how is it that we think that we can burn a flag among Americans that do not think this is an appropriate way to protest without stirring emotions of fear, hate, and anger? The right to burn the American flag is a constitutional right, but it is not a global one. It makes you wonder, how do other countries view this behavior? Is this form of symbolic free speech not evidence of weakness among our people? Does it not show cracks in our armor to our challengers? This is the kind of behavior that escalates a demonstration of democracy to violence. Violence is what wars are for, but still, flag burning is protected. This act promotes emotions of hate, and it robs us of our rights to a controlled environment where we can voice our feelings and beliefs on the issues. When you think of people coming together to protest like-minded ideas, there is usually commonality on the issues, and that makes the environment feel safe and controlled, because you are all in unison together. But when fellow protesters turn to the act of desecrating our nation's symbol, things can change. My point is that this act will induce violence, and therefore it should not be protected under free speech. The debate on this topic is ongoing, but I implore you to ask yourself this question: is it right? And if your answer is no, and I hope that it is, maybe this simple answer can help you decide if you should continue to stand on the thought that burning the American flag should be protected under the laws that are meant to protect and demonstrate the values that our country was founded on. Thank you for listening.